It's all about a place in the final. At the ad hoc arena here in Jena, Carl Zeiss, who stand on the brink of history, are playing in just their second ever semi-final. They will believe this is a moment to seize, to upset the odds and to make a statement on the national stage. Standing in their way, the record winners of this competition, Wolfsburg. Serial finalists, relentless in their pursuit of silverware, but they do arrive here looking to respond after that UEFA Champions League setback against Lyon on Thursday night, which saw the She-Wolves go out of the competition at the quarter-final stage. The expectation is familiar, the pressure is very real. Wolfsburg aiming for yet another final. It will be their 11th in 12 seasons. For Jena, they're chasing a day that they will never forget. And with Bayern Munich set to host Essen in tomorrow's second semi-final, the path is clear. One of these two teams will take the first step towards the final, which will be played at the magnificent Rhein-Energiestadion in Cologne on May the 14th. We are just moments away from kick-off. Overall, the Lower Saxony side have won the Cup 11 times, making them the competition's record winners. Only in the 2008-2009 semi-final did the She-Wolves suffer defeat, losing to Duisburg. We shall confirm the team news for you very shortly. So we'll start with the home side, Carl Zeiss Jena. Head coach Florian Kastner is without Hannah Mech, Fiona Geiser and Lisa Gora, who are all out injured, so he's stuck with the same team that drew 1-1 with RB Leipzig last weekend at the Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga. Your officials for today's game, Angelika Soda in the middle. She'll be assisted by Yasmin Mati Sayak and Marina Bachmann. For Stefan Lerch, he continues to be without top goal scorer Alexandra Popp, so it's two changes from the team that lost to Lyon last Thursday. Jano Levels comes in at left back, Saraya Linda goes to right back. She replaces Tia Bielda, who drops down to the bench, but interestingly, Joelle Weidemeyer is a late change for Justine Kieland, who injured her knee in the warm-up, so she cannot start. So Weidemeyer, a late change for Wolfsburg, just to confirm, coming in for Justine Kieland. So we're just moments away from kick-off here in the first DFB-Pokal Frauen Cup semi-final. Carl Zeiss Jena chasing history in what is only their second ever appearance at this stage, while Wolfsburg, the record winners, look to respond after Champions League disappointment and try and book yet another place in the final. These two sides met in the league only last month in what was a rescheduled match. Wolfsburg coming out on top with a controlled 2-0 win. If you remember, two great goals in that match from Alexandra Popp and Cora Sakai. That evening, Wolfsburg enjoyed 76% possession, 19 shots at goal to Jena's 2. Jena that evening did not register a single shot on target. It was a performance that underlines the challenge facing Jena here this afternoon. So we're just about set. Soraya Linda will get us going in the first semi-final of the DFB-Pokal Frauen Cup. Bayern Munich and Essen to come tomorrow. Let's try that again, shall we? And off we go. So an early touch for Levels, who's come into the side today for Thierry Berda. So Carl Zeiss in the opening seconds, just looking to settle things down, get into their rhythm. But here's Minga. And here's Weidemeier. She'll have to settle very quickly with a late call into the starting 11 this afternoon. Justin Kierland, who suffered from a knee injury which kept her out a couple of weeks ago. Let's hope the injury she sustained during the warm-up isn't too serious and she'll be back for the run-in towards the end of the season. Let's have this one. And that one's picked up by Jena, who look to get an early break into the final third of Wolfsburg, but Wolfsburg defend stoutly and are able to break that one up. And Levels again getting an early touch of the ball. Here's Dijkstra. Linde coming in field. Minga had to go in goal last week in that 3-3 draw against Union Berlin. She did a fine job as well in the closing stages of that game. Playing the ball forward. That one's easily been cut out by Dijkstra. Stine Johannes with her first touch of the ball. Goes long. Movement over that one for Carl Zeiss. And that'll be a foul to the home side. Elena Ullmann brought down just inside Wolfsburg's half. Here's an early opportunity to throw a set piece into the box. Wolfsburg's travelling support, as you've just seen, have made the 170-kilometre journey south. We'll expect their side to make another step towards the final, but here's the free kick. That one's been taken care of by Camilla Kuver. And here's Enderman for Wolfsburg. Switches play to Weidemeier. She's got Linde in front of her, who's playing a little bit further forward today. Gets the ball back. That's got too much pace on that one, and that will go out for Jena's goal kick. Big day for both coaches. Speaking in the build-up to this game, Wolfsburg head coach Stefan Lerch has stressed the importance of a strong reaction after Thursday night, highlighting the mentality, the fight and the togetherness that his side showed against Lyon, and insisting those same qualities must drive them forward today to hopefully reach another cup final. But here's Jena on the break through the middle of the park. Berenstein chasing down. It's a good ball forward to Reuter. She makes her way into the 18-yard box, but that's a bad touch with the left foot, and that one's gone out for a goal kick to Wolfsburg. Stine Johannes with the goal kick. Plays it short to Kuver. For Carl Zeiss, showing plenty of composure on the ball. That's a good switch to Reuter, and that one should go out for the goal kick. Carefully marshalled, as always, by Weidemeier. It's good vision, though, from the Essen defender to pick out Reuter, who had plenty of time, but unfortunately a bad touch inside the 18-yard box. Florian Kastner, head coach of Jena. He's framed this as an opportunity to embrace the moment. He feels that his side are under no pressure. And he's encouraged them to play with freedom and belief as they look to make history. He said ahead of the game, actually, that the recent match against Wolfsburg shown them that with plenty of game structure, they will stick to their plan and look to defend well and see if they can hold out for a long time and then create chances of their own. He says they need to build on it. He knows, as do his team, that this is potentially a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to reach the cup final. Neville's playing the ball back to Kuva, who in turn plays the ball back to Janis. She comes down to Weidemeyer. Here's Linder. Dijkstra. Here's some room for Janine Minga to get forward. She's got two players in front of her, one of them being Enderman. Here's Levels. Playing it back to Enderman. Here's room for Minga if she wants a shot, but she plays it out to Huth. Plays the ball into Berenstein. Good touch, he has a shot. Slight deflection on the ball, but that one goes all the way through to Yasmin Janning in the Jena goal. So our first real sniff at goal from Wolfsburg. 6.5 minutes gone. It's a comfortable save for the 20-year-old goalkeeper, who's only kept one clean sheet so far this season. 38 goals conceded. Good play from Bunzo. Deciding to go back to Yasmin Janning. She comes out to the right hand side, but that one's got too much purpose on it, and that'll go out for a throw in to Wolfsburg, just inside their own half. So Jena in possession of the ball, just taking their time. Wolfsburg allowing Jena to have plenty of touches inside their own half. No need for the press just at this stage. Bunzo unable to control that one. That's a good ball down the flank. Nelly Yukel carefully marshalled by Kuver. Here's Bunzo for Jena. Opportunity to get the ball into the box. That's not a bad ball forward, but that's a really bad touch, unfortunately, inside the 18-yard box by Alcieda. There's an effort from Jena, but that one goes straight down the throat of Steiner Johannes, and they've now registered their own effort on goal. Not a bad effort from just outside the box, but that's far too easy for Steiner Johannes. So that makes a change from the recent league outing. Jena registering a shot on target. Zeiss Jena fans making plenty of noise inside the ad hoc arena. Completely rebuilt and reopened only last year. Sat beside the Sally River in what the locals call Paradis. It certainly is a beautiful setting for cup football today. Here's Levels. Berenstein. Minga closed down very quickly. Jena looking for an opening just outside the 18-yard box. That one's a little bit ambitious by Melanie Reuter. And again, comfortable save for Steiner Johannes inside the Wolfsburg goal. Kuva needs to be careful. She clears that at the second attempt. Here's Pedamores. Now here's room for Berenstein to get forward. Still running, plenty of room in front of her. She plays Huth in. Huth comes in field. Minga. That one ricochets off the Jena defender. That one should be taken care of. It is by Strasser. She goes long. Kuva's underneath that one. She'll play the ball back to safety to Johannes. Dijkstra. Weidemeyer offering herself down in the right back position. Minga again. Here's Linda. Now she's got a bit of room. She gets her head up. She's got plenty of people inside the box. This is good play from Linda down the right hand side. She brings the ball back to Minga, who got that one completely wrong. But Wolfsburg still with the danger. And that one's gone out for a throw-in. That one was played behind Linda from Pedamores. But good determined play from Soraya Linda down the right hand side. Getting past Mumart, getting a decent ball into the box. And Minga unable to get a decent shot away. So just coming up to 12 minutes played, still 0-0 here in the Ad Hoc Arena. That'll be a throw in to Wolfsburg, just in front of the dugouts. Mumart with the clearance for Jena. Dijkstra closed down very quickly, but she's got a second chance to get the ball forward to Huth. But she's played too much of that, and here's Bunzo for Carl Zeiss. She has to go all the way back to Janning, who clears long this time. Wolfsburg very quickly in on top of the Carl Zeiss midfielder. Breaking play up, winning possession back quickly. Here's Huth. Dijkstra. Linda. This is good play from Wolfsburg. Nice one-touch football, but Mumart's underneath that and clears for the throw-in to Wolfsburg. Weidemeyer coming in field. She's got Huth to her right-hand side. Mumart showing too much strength there. She's only been able to clear it to Kamila Kuva, who recently signed a new deal to stay with Wolfsburg until 2028. 22-year-old defender who won this competition with Wolfsburg back in 2023-2024. Here is Kuva getting forward inside Jena's half. Playing in Levels, but Levels puts far too much on that pass. And that goes out for a goal kick to Jena. Doing well, but giving away possession. Pedamores. Weidemeyer playing in Linder, looking to get down this right-hand side again. Mumart is in close attention. Linder's forced to go back to Weidemeyer, who comes in field. Here's Dijkstra in an unusual position, getting forward. Here's Levels. Kuva again, deep inside Carl Zeiss' Jena's half. Here's Huth on the right-hand side, switch of play. She'll get a second chance. Wolfsburg very comfortable in possession. And here's Huth with a little bit more room. It's just a little bit too much. Berenstein should pick this one up. But she's closed very quickly down from Bunzo, who puts that out for a throw in to Wolfsburg. Deep inside Jena's half. Levels. Here's Linda for Wolfsburg. Again, seeing plenty of the ball in this opening 15 minutes or so. Dijkstra inside her own half, making her way into Zeiss Jena's half, but again the move from Wolfsburg closes down inside the final third. Zeiss Jena, despite the clearance, put that one straight back to Wolfsburg, who can start again. Here's Minga. Huth. Switch of play now from Wolfsburg. Here's Levels. She again is closed down very quickly from Bunzo. I think Florian Castner will be fairly satisfied with his team's start to this game. Keeping things compact, keeping things tight, particularly in the middle of the park. You can see they're working themselves across the field of play as a unit, making it difficult for Wolfsburg to break them down in the final third. Patience could be the key for Wolfsburg today. Kuva finding Enderman, who shows good strength. Here's Pedamores. Minga. I was able to get that ball away early enough. Huth made a really good run down this right-hand side, but again, Zeiss Jena working in packs to close Wolfsburg down, force them to go backwards. Camilla Kuva now looking forward. Looking to get forward, I should say. Weidemeyer this time looking to chip the ball in to the space, but that one's gone straight into touch, and that'll be a throw into the home side, halfway through their own half. Wolfsburg have played more often away from home than on their own ground in this competition. And of the previous semi-finals, 8 have taken place at the opposition stadium, only 5 at home. But the record clearly favours the green and whites. In 11 of the previous semi-finals, the She-Wolves women have come out on top and have gone on to win the title each time. Free kick to Jena. Halfway through their own half. Eilenberg over it, goes long. Here's Alcieda, and that one goes out for our first corner kick of the match. Dijkstra putting the ball out of play. Good play from Al-Qaeda, 28-year-old striker. Only signed in January. It's her 10th appearance for the club today. Joined from Swedish side Bitex. So let's see what Jena can do from the set piece. They throw it up to the back stick, but that's got far too much on it. Strasser is underneath it. Bonzo trying to keep it alive. She's closed down very quickly by Berenstein. That one goes out for a Jena throw-in. Halfway through Wolfsburg's half, down the right-hand side. That should be a foul, yeah. Ella Pedamores, guilty of tripping the Zeiss Jena player as she was making her way towards the byline. This is a good opportunity again for Jena to throw one into the mix. try and test the Wolfsburg's back line. Clearly a trip. So let's see what Jena can do with this opportunity. This time it's right on top of the 18-yard box, and that one should break for Johannes. But Kuva took no chances, and she clears that one out into touch for a Jena throw-in. Here's Elena Mumert over the throw-in. Here she is again. That's not a bad ball into the box, but no runners for Jena, and that one's easily collected by Steiner Johannes in the Wolfsburg goal. Just coming up to 22 minutes played, still goalless. Kuva levels for Wolfsburg, playing it forward to Minga. Here's Linder for Wolfsburg with some room down the right hand side, showing plenty of purpose to get forward. She'll get another chance at that. Here's Huth. She's ran just a touch offside, and the flag has gone up. And that'll be a free kick to Jena inside their own 18-yard box. But Sarah Linder showing plenty of purpose getting forward. And you can see that Huth was about a yard offside. Minga over the header. There she is again, trying to play Berenstein in. Yes, Mignani had to be slightly careful there. She clears the ball straight up the pitch, but that's gone straight to Camilla Kuva, who's lucky to get a second chance of that. Plays in Enderman. Vivian Enderman, that should be a foul, yeah. Showing just a little bit too much aggression, and that'll be a free kick to Wolfsburg. Clear shove on the back by Nelly Yukol. Now Wolfsburg with an opportunity from a set piece. Huth and levels over it. Let's see if Wolfsburg can capitalise on a set piece. Huth running away from it, levels, crosses into the box. That's a free header for Minga, and that one is offside, I think. Let's take another look. Minga was left all alone inside the 18-yard box. She headed it home, but the referee spotted an infringement, and I think they've given it as offside. Minga with a really good header at the front post. She didn't quite time her run, and that one's been ruled out for offside. So Jena with a free kick inside their own 18-yard box. So just a little word of warning there for Jena. Need to stick closer to their players when marking from set pieces. Janina Minga with far too much room, despite being offside. Kuva for Wolfsburg. Here's Levels. That's good play from Levels. But she's very carefully, once again, marshalled by Yukol, who puts that one out for a corner kick to Wolfsburg. This is Wolfsburg's first corner of the game. 25 minutes gone. Pedemos comes forward, Kuva comes forward, so plenty of height now inside the 18-yard box for Wolfsburg. Svenja Huth over it. That's a good ball into Berenstein. It's just a little bit too much, she couldn't reach it, and that one goes all the way out for a goal kick to Jena. For Carl Zeiss, reaching the semi-finals is most definitely a special achievement. As we mentioned at the top of the game, the club are only appearing in their DFB-Pokal semi-final for the second time in their history as the current club. Dijkstra doing well to get that one back to Johannes. Kuva needs to be careful, and she is. Here's Levels. Enderman plays it back to Levels. Kuva is closed down very quickly by Alcieda. Weidemeyer for Wolfsburg down this right-hand side. Moorman came across very quickly to cut out any forward pass, and that one goes out for a Wolfsburg throw, just in front of Florian Kastner's dugout. Excellent play from Linda. Plenty of room over on the other side for Enderman. She can come in field onto her right foot. Good overlap from Levels inside the 18-yard box. Clips it to the back post. And that one's really well defended by Elena Mumart, who had to be strong, and she puts that one out for another corner kick to Wolfsburg. Good play from the She-Wolves down the left-hand side. Mumart had to be careful with that one, with Huth looking for any bits and pieces at the back stick. So Levels comes across for the corner kick. Two corners in quick succession now for the She-Wolves. Kuva and Pedimores at the front post, looking for any flick-ons. Levels delivers to the front post, and there is that flick-on, and that one's been well cleared by Carl Zeiss. Berenstein showing an excellent turn of pace, but Bunzo. Foul not given. Enderman crossing, blocked again by Carl Zeiss. Bunzo once again showing plenty of strength. Dijkstra will need to be careful, and she is. Plays the ball back to Steiner Johannes in the Wolfsburg goal. Here's Linder for Wolfsburg, looking for Huth. Levels this time. Over on the left-hand side. Now she's going back to her normal position, having come over to this side of the park. Here's Kuva. Enderman comes in field. Pedimores. Here's room for Weidemeyer just outside the 18-yard box. Plays in Huth. Excellent turn. Good cross to the back stick for Berenstein. And that one's well saved by Yasmin Janning. That's our first real opening of the game. 28 minutes gone. Lynette Berenstein with a strong header, but Yasmin Janning inside the Essen goal. Comfortable save in the end. Berenstein with her first real glimpse of the goal. Reuter for Jena, trying to play the ball forward. Dijkstra takes care of that with Weidemeyer. Good play once again from Soraya Linda, who's had an excellent opening half an hour for Wolfsburg down this right-hand side. Now they're moving with purpose, Wolfsburg. Into Jena's half. Enderman looking for the run of Minga. She has a go at goal, but that one's been blocked. That should break. Minga does well. Linda once again showing plenty of strength. Delivers the ball into the box to the back post. Levels can't quite control that one, but she'll gather it. Bunzo in close attention, puts it out for a throw into Wolfsburg. Levels with the throw. Getting it back from Enderman. That one's clipped forward. But once again, Carl Zeiss are able to clear the ball inside their own 18-yard box. Bunzo goes long. Camilla Kuva is underneath that one though. Goes back to Steiner Johannes and gets it back from Johannes. Kuva now, with plenty of room in front of her. It's well marshalled by Thomas Ehlenberg, Jena's captain, 23 years old, started every game so far this season. The stats are really interesting. She's got a 99% defensive contribution rate into her second season with the club now. Marshalled that one out of play from Svenja Huth. Here's Pedemors, bringing Endemann into play. She's got a little bit of room down this right-hand side. Here's Berenstein inside the 18-yard box, plays the ball out to Huth, looking for the overlap. Dijkstra exchanges passes with Huth. She's got room to cross it now. She does to the 18-yard box. Endemann with the effort, and that one again goes all the way through to Yasmin Janning, and it's a comfortable save at the front post. So Wolfsburg just in the last few minutes starting to knock on the door of the home side. But that one's not going to trouble Janning at the front post. Still 0-0, coming up to 32 minutes played in this first semi-final of the DFB-Pokal Frauen Cup. This game will go to extra time and penalties if needed. And don't forget our second semi-final tomorrow, Bayern Munich against Essen at the Bayern campus. 3:30 kick-off on Easter Monday. Jena with the free kick. That's well played. There's an opportunity for Jena if they could just get the ball back. Here's another chance. And that one's just gone past the post. Jena with their first real opportunity at goal. And Alcieda once again making herself very busy inside Wolfsburg's 18-yard box. Picked up a loose pass there on her weaker left foot and wasn't able to capitalise, and that one drifted harmlessly wide at the front post. Again, just a little warning for Wolfsburg to be switched on all the time at the back. Huth. Throw into Jena. Just inside the row, just inside Wolfsburg's half. Mummert over it. She goes long, but that one's taken care of by Dijkstra. Here's Jukol. Plays the ball back to Ehlenberg, the skipper. A really poor pass out to the right back, and Endemann is taking advantage of that one, motoring towards the 18-yard box. Good play from Wolfsburg again on the edge of the box. Pedemor's shot takes a slight deflection, and that will go out for another corner kick to Wolfsburg. Endemann again showing plenty of spirit and plenty of energy down the right-hand side. That one takes a slight nick off the leg of Nelly Jukol. It goes out for the corner kick. This time Levels will take it with the left foot. It should be an outswinger. Delivers it onto the penalty spot. Zucker gets the header on it. Camilla Kuva. Here's Berenstein. Able to keep that one in play. Linder crosses to the back post. Pedemors picks that one up for Wolfsburg. Levels. Pedemors looking for the ball into the box, but again very quickly closed down by Jukol. That one goes out for a Wolfsburg throw. Now Zeiss being disciplined at the back in this opening 35 minutes. Florian Kastner did say ahead of the game how important it was to try and keep things compact. Try not to offer Wolfsburg too many openings in the first half, particularly. And they're doing a good job so far, holding the 11-time winners to 0-0 at the moment. But here's Levels with a chance. Had to get the ball out from underneath her feet. That's a little bit loose to Enderman, who has a goal. She has a second chance at it. And Minga this time goes way over the bar from 20 yards, and that'll be a goal kick to the home side. Years old now, Yanina Minga. Played as a centre-back against Lyon in the Champions League during midweek. She's got good history in this competition. Played in the final twice for Freiburg. Here's Mumert going back to Janning, who clears it long into the centre circle. Pedemors will pick up that one, plays the ball back to Kuva. Dijkstra to Weidemeyer in the right back position, closed down again very quickly. Melanie Reuter not giving Wolfsburg any room to play out from the back. So Jena throw in, just inside Wolfsburg's half. Reuter unable to claim that one. That one goes out for a throw to Wolfsburg. Halfway through their own half here. Ehlenberg heads that into space for Jukol. Dijkstra needs to be careful underneath this one. There's Rikatits doing well, making herself a nuisance up front. So Jena now with an opportunity from their own set piece. Will they go short or will they throw it into the box? They decide to go short. That's not a bad ball into the box, and it just clips up over the Wolfsburg defender. And Steiner Johannes decides to put that one over the bar for another corner kick to the home side. That one came off the feet of Dijkstra. And Johannes taking no chances. So another corner kick, this time over on the other side for the home side. Melanie Reuter over it for Jena. Set pieces could be the difference between these two sides. Reuter, good ball in. But it's Pedemors who's able to clear. Enderman on the chase. Janning does really well. Bonzo showing good composure on the ball once again. Carl Zeiss are able to just nullify that attack from Wolfsburg. Janning goes long in the Jena goal. Bonzo over the header, heads it into space. Kuva with the clearance for Wolfsburg. That one's given as offside, Lynette Berenstein. And Jena will start again from inside their own half. Ehlenberg plays in Jukol. That's an excellent ball forward. Now Jena are in business. Players inside the box, and that one's been deflected off Camilla Kuva for a corner kick to Carl Zeiss Jena. All of a sudden, an opening out of absolute nothing down the right-hand side. And they're not quite able to capitalise on it, but they do have a set piece. Melanie Reuter once again coming across to take the corner for Jena. Successive corners now for Jena within a short period of time. Let's see if they can make the pressure count this time, with 5 minutes to go to the break. Reuter delivers to the front post. Kuva is over it. Heads clear to Bunzo. That one's clipped in, and that one goes well over the bar, and that will be a goal kick to the home side. Emily Reska just looking to clip the ball in. She had far too much purpose on that one, and that went over the bar for a goal kick to Wolfsburg. 5 minutes to go to the break, still 0-0. Weidemeyer. Here's room for Linda to turn, but she plays the ball back to Minga. And Wolfsburg happy to just play the ball in and around the centre circle at the moment. Here's Dijkstra. Huth. It's a good ball. Excellent play once again. Linder. Good combination play from Wolfsburg. Huth plays the ball back to Dijkstra. Levels, there's plenty of room on the left-hand side. Kuva went forward, but that had a little bit too much pace on Berenstein. She wasn't able to control it. And Wolfsburg have to start again, deep inside their own half with Dijkstra. In Huth, trying to take it down in the chest. Asking for an easier pass to control Svenja Huth. Weidemeyer over the throw-in for Wolfsburg, halfway through Jena's half, but Movement will take care of that one for Jena. Goes out for another throw-in to the She-Wolves. The ball finds its way all the way back to Janning in the Jena goal, who goes forward to Bunzo. Berenstein will pick that one up for Wolfsburg. Now very deep. Camilla Kuva for Wolfsburg. Plenty of room on the ball, plenty of time on the ball as well. She plays in Dijkstra, who in turn plays in Weidemeyer. Clears that one for Jena, but the ball breaks nicely to Minga. Here's Pedemors for Wolfsburg. Now getting forward with purpose. That's a good ball forward to Berenstein, inside Jena's 18-yard box. She comes in field. The referee judges that one to be a fair challenge. Waves play on. Kuva now. Here's Minga. Also getting forward. Levels with a good ball to the far post. If Huth can keep that one in, she's got options. But Muma is in front of her, closes the first one down. Huth with a second opportunity to cross. Plays the ball back to Weidemeyer. She does cross. But again, Jukol is underneath that one for Jena, and they're able to clear into touch for a Wolfsburg throw. A couple of minutes to the break, still goalless. Linder trying to play in Huth, but she played the ball behind her. Wolfsburg though, still looking to add pressure on the Jena back line as we edge ever closer to the break. Linder again doing really well down the right hand side, but that one's been intercepted by Ehlenberg, and Jasmin Janning in the Jena goal is able to take control of that one. Ehlenberg, such a positive influence for Jena at the back. He's trying to get underneath that one. Here's Jukol. Plays the ball forward. Zeta making herself busy, does well. But a referee judges that to be a foul. Angelika Soder by Reuter, and that will be a free kick to Wolfsburg. They go long looking for Huth, but Ehlenberg once again underneath it. Mumert left that one a little bit short. Jukol plays the ball back to Ehlenberg. She goes long to Al Sieda. But again, it breaks down, and here's Linda for Wolfsburg getting forward. Vivian Enderman for Wolfsburg, just outside the 18-yard box, looking for an opportunity to get the ball forward. Minga trying to play in Berenstein, and nothing came of that attack, and our referee brings the first half to a close. So Carl Zeiss Jena defending stoutly throughout that 45 minutes. Wolfsburg with plenty of possession, as you would expect, but they've only been able to break through on a couple of occasions. But Jasmin Janning inside the Carl Zeiss Jena goal has not been overly troubled. 2 comfortable saves for her at the front post. And Carl Zeiss Jena will be very happy with that first 45 minutes, registering a couple of efforts on target, but nothing really to trouble Steiner Johannes inside the Wolfsburg goal. So it's perfectly poised here at the Ad Hoc Arena. We go in goalless, and we'll see you again for the start of the second half. At half-time, it's Carl Zeiss Jena 0, Wolfsburg 0. Welcome back, everybody. We're just about ready to get back underway at the Ad hoc Arena here in Jena. And this first DFB-Pokal Frauen Cup semi-final that is perfectly poised at 0-0. Both sides have had their moments in the first half, opportunities at either end, but a combination of sharp goalkeeping and wasteful finishing has kept the breakthrough just out of reach. For Wolfsburg, you sense there's another gear to find if they are to assert their authority, while for Zeiss Jena, the belief will only be growing the longer they can keep it to 0-0, that they feel this could be their moment. One goal could change everything though, and a place in the final in Cologne on May the 14th is there to be claimed. No substitutes at half-time, so it's as you were at the start of this second half. Zeiss Jena come into this second half having not kept a clean sheet in 10 games. And more importantly, Wolfsburg are unbeaten against Jena in 10 meetings, having won all 10. But Jena, no doubt, and their head coach Florian Kastner will be delighted with his side's opening 45 minutes. And all they need is one sniff at goal, and you just never know. Looking to reach the final for the first time in their history, in their current form. Don't forget tomorrow's other semi-final between Bayern Munich and Essen at the Bayern campus. 3:30 kick-off there. Nicole playing that one out of play, so Enderman can receive treatment right at the beginning of this first half. So Wolfsburg giving the ball back to Jena, showing good sportsmanship. Levels is underneath that one. That's a good turn from Berenstein. And she's brought down, and that'll be a free kick in a very promising position for Wolfsburg. Straza claiming she got the ball, but the referee decided she didn't. Let's take a closer look. I think Straza's actually got a case, but our referee for today's game, Angelika Soda, decides that's a foul for Wolfsburg. And right at the beginning of the second half, they have an opportunity to put the ball into the 18-yard box with Levels and Huth over it. I expect Huth will leave this one for Levels. She does. Good delivery from Levels to the far post. Did that one get a nick off Ehlenberg? Don't think it did. And that'll be a goal kick to Jena. Thomas Ehlenberg, captain of Jena. 23 years old now. Such a steady performer at the back for Jena. It's a nice touch from Bunzo, but just a little bit too much. That one goes out for a Wolfsburg throw, midway through Jena's half. And no doubt Stefan Lech will be looking for his side just to add a little bit more energy and purpose in this second half. Coming off the back of what was an energy-sapping Champions League defeat in extra time against Lyon on Thursday, losing the game 4-0 overall, conceding 3 goals in injury time. Well, they'll need to show plenty of spirit and determination to get past what has been a very dogged Jena side so far. They've been very disciplined at the back, very disciplined as a unit as well. And it's up to Wolfsburg to break them down. Here's Kuva getting forward. That one's been mishit by Emily Reska. She gets a second nibble at it. Closed down very quickly by Enderman. And that should be a foul. Picker tights. Fouling levels, and Wolfsburg with a free kick. Dijkstra playing in Weidemeyer. Here's Soraya Linder, who had an excellent first half down that right-hand side. Playing a little bit further forward than what she's normally used to, but showing plenty of energy in that first half. There's Alexandra Popp holding the baby, who unfortunately is going to be out for a number of weeks after suffering an injury against Hoffenheim a couple of weeks ago. Such a shame for the Wolfsburg legend. She's missing out, so close to breaking the goal-scoring record for Wolfsburg. She's going to have to sit out at least a good 2 or 3 more weeks. But in attendance today, watching her colleagues, hoping to get to another DFB-Pokal Cup final. Jasmine Janning in the Jena goal, going long. Here's Bunzo. Tietz. Nice turn from Tietz. Levels showing good strength. Minga plays the ball back to Steiner Johannes in the Wolfsburg goal. He gets her first touch of the second half. Plays the ball out to Joelle Weidemeyer. Dijkstra with plenty of room on the ball. Plays the ball out to this left-hand side for Camilla Kuva. Levels looking for runners. Does well to come in field. That's a nice ball through to Lineth Berenstein. Can she get her head up? Maybe the ball was played just a little bit too far in front of her. Couldn't get any purpose on the left-footed shot. And that one, once again, is easy for Jasmine Janning in the Zeiss Jena goal. But an early warning for Zena. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Huth closed down very quickly. Weidemeyer plays in Linder. Kuva looking for Enderman. And that one's been taken care of by Yukol, but that one goes out for a Wolfsburg throw, halfway through Jena's half. And having a little bit of a spat there with Enderman. Vivian Enderman not overly happy with the close attention of Nelly Yukol. Just a little bit of handbags at 10 paces there. Enderman asking questions though of Caroline Sudak. Angelica Suda, I beg your pardon, our referee for today. Just take a closer look. Yukol behind Enderman. Unfortunately, didn't see the incident. But Jena with an opportunity to clear long here. Deep inside their own half. Yukol over the free kick. Minga is over that one. Plays Enderman in. That's a little bit loose, but Jena are unable to capitalise. Minga again. She's also played that one loosely to Bonzo, who comes in field. Minga makes up for the loose pass. Tackles Josephine Bunzo, and that one goes out for a throw-in to Wolfsburg. Halfway through, beg your pardon, throw-in to Jena. Halfway through Wolfsburg's half. Yukol over the throw. Gets the ball back. And again, good interplay. Mullman trying to get the ball into the box, but again Wolfsburg are able to stand up to that one, and that one should go out for a goal kick to the She-Wolves, who go with the attempted pass. So it's a little bit flat at the beginning of the second half. Half an opportunity for Lineth Berenstein at the beginning of the second half, but apart from that, it's been a battle of midfield. Wolfsburg deciding to play this one out from the back, but they've been closed down very quickly by Jena. They've been able to retain possession though, and Weidemeyer is forced to go long. Straza is over this one for Jena. Closed down by Berenstein. She opts to play in Janning in the Jena goal. And she goes long, looking for the run of Bunzo, but Levels is underneath that one. Pedamores closed down very quickly. by Jukals, but the ball has broken nicely to Weidemeyer, who plays in Huth down this right-hand side. Dijkstra for Wolfsburg inside Jena's half. Huth looking for Beerenstein. Weidemeyer now plays in Linder. She comes in field. But again, Jena's defensive organisation extremely well disciplined and structured. Weidemeyer with room to cross. She's got Beerenstein and Levels inside the 18-yard box. She goes short to Minga. Here's Huth looking for the first-time cross, but she's been closed down very quickly by Melanie Reuter, and that will go out for a corner kick to Wolfsburg. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Is that Huth signalling to the bench that there might be a problem here? We'll have the corner kick for Wolfsburg first. 10 minutes gone in the second half, still goalless. Can Wolfsburg capitalise on a set piece? It's Levels with the left foot. Delivers it to the front post. And that one's hit the side net and gone out for a goal kick to the home side. Disappointing from Jano Levels, who usually delivers the ball with pinpoint accuracy. Kick to Jena, they go long. Bunzo's underneath it, but that one's been taken care of by Camilla Kuva. Here's Linder for Wolfsburg, looking to play in Beerenstein, but that one's been cut out by Strasser. That's not a ball forward for Al Sieda if she can chase it down. Johannes needed to be careful. Al Sieda so close in attention. And that one eventually has gone out for a goal kick to the She-Wolves. Good energy from Olivia Alceida. Steiner Johannes opting to play it short again from the goal kick. Weidemeyer going long, looking for the run of Linder. And that one's been headed into touch from Ehlenberg. That'll be a throw into Wolfsburg, just inside their own half. Huth. Levels. It's a bit of a heavy first touch, and she's closed down very quickly for Bunzo. She's got a little bit of room in front of her. As Teets, she's forced to go back. And Strasser is also forced to go all the way back to Yasmin Yanning inside the 18-yard box. That's a good switch of play. Alceida closing down Weidemeyer, who's forced to go back to Steiner Johannes in the Wolfsburg goal. Janina Minga offering herself, but Johannes goes long to Linder. That one's been taken care of by Mumert. He's put in an excellent shift so far, Gwen Mumert for Zeiss Jena. It's not been easy for her today though against Soraya Linder. Here she is, Mumert, flicking that one on. Here's Linder now for Wolfsburg, getting forward. She's got Huth out to her right-hand side. She decides to come back to Weidemeyer. Pedemors. It's a good ball out to Huth on the right-hand side, looking for a delivery into the box to Lineth Beerenstein, who couldn't quite get the shot away. She'll get a second chance, and eventually that one is cleared by Zeiss Jena. The danger's not over yet though. Here's Huth once again, and that one's been given as a free kick to Wolfsburg, again in a very dangerous situation and in a promising position for Wolfsburg. Reuter adjudged to have brought down Huth. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, she swipes away her right foot. And a clear foul by Melanie Reuter on Svenja Huth. So a free kick to Wolfsburg in a very promising position. They've not been able to capitalise on their set pieces so far. And they'll be looking for a better delivery this time from Levels. Enderman patrolling the front stick. Nelly Ukol in close attention. Ella Pedamors just sitting quietly on the edge of the 18-yard box. Could this be a set piece straight from the training field? Pedamors making room into the 18-yard box. That one's delivered, but Muma is over it and is able to clear, and that one's very ambitious from Soraya Linder. And that one goes way over the bar, and that'll be a Jena goal kick. Just touching the hour mark now, still 0-0. If we judges that one to be a fair tackle. Here's Huth. Playing in Weidemeyer. She checks, plays Huth back in. Good ball into the box. But Yasmin Yanning once again with a safe pair of hands for Jena, and is able to collect that one. Such a safe pair of hands, Yasmin Yanning, considering she's only 20 years old. 17th game of the season for Carl Zeiss Jena, Yasmin Yanning. Pedamors for Wolfsburg. Weidemeyer getting forward, playing in Linder, but that one's got too much on it for Huth, and that'll go out for a throw-in to Jena. Defeats in the DFB-Pokal Cup are very much few and far between for Wolfsburg. Only in the 24-25 season did their long run of success come to an end in the quarter-finals, losing 1-0 to Hoffenheim. Such a fantastic record in this competition. And looking to make the final in Cologne on May the 14th once again. Maybe their only chance of silverware this season, with Bayern Munich extending their lead at the top of the Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga last week and getting knocked out the Champions League in midweek. Here's Lineth Bierenstein for Wolfsburg, looking to get a shot away and goal. That's a lovely touch and a lovely ball forward. Now the run's on. But Levels should have enough on that. Bunzo's in attention. She's able to nick that one off Levels. And as the ball came into the box, it's adjudged to have been offside, yes. As the ball broke off Bunzo, you can just about see there, she was about a yard offside, Teets, as the ball broke off Bunzo. Good spot from our assistant referee. And that'll be a free kick to Wolfsburg. Inside the routine, own 18-yard box. Helena Mumat has a problem here. Given Mumat, I beg your pardon. Looks like she's going to need a little bit of attention. In the current campaign, Wolfsburg have underlined their ambitions early on in the competition, and an 11-0 win at Buntentor in the first round was followed by a 3-1 victory against Freiburg in the round of 16, before the She-Wolves secured a 1-0 quarter-final win over Eintracht Frankfurt to find themselves here at Carl Zeiss Jena in the semi-finals. So again, for Given Mumat, the 26-year-old, so she's going to take quite a heavily strapped thigh for the rest of this game. Not a bad attendance in today's game, just over 2,000 in to watch this one at the Ad Hoc Arena. The arena actually holds about 15,000. But the home fans here to see if their team can make the final for the first time. And they're still to register an effort on goal in the second half. And as it stands, it's all been Wolfsburg so far, dominating possession. But they've only had one real clear opportunity on goal, which was Lineth Beerenstein's weak left foot shot. Don't forget, we will have extra time and penalties if needed. Dijkstra for Wolfsburg, playing in Camilla Kuva. She's closed down very quickly by Sieda. Kuva again for Wolfsburg. Kuva's seen plenty of ball at the start of the second half, but that's a bad ball forward, and Josephine Bunzo has taken advantage of that one. That one's asking far too much. But again, Wolfsburg guilty of giving the ball away cheaply inside their own half. This is good positive play from Jena. Here's Bunzo. It's a good run from Strasser, but unfortunately the ball into the 18-yard box was deflected off Janina Minga and fell to absolutely nothing, but really good positive play by Felicia Strasser. And that one went out for a goal kick to Wolfsburg, who again opt to play it short from the goal kick. Levels, playing the ball forward to Enderman. Wolfsburg will need to be careful of this one. And they are. Here's Johannes in the Wolfsburg goal. And she's played that one straight into touch. And that'll be a throw-in to Jena. Halfway through Wolfsburg's half, 65 minutes gone. Still looking for the opening goal here in the ad hoc arena. Nice turn, good ball to the edge of the 18-yard box for Jena. There's an effort over the top of the bar, brilliant save from Steiner Johannes, who had to watch that one all the way from Melanie Reuter. It's an excellent touch. She just tried to curl it into the top corner, and that's the first real effort on goal, and an excellent save from Steiner Johannes, who tips it over the bar for a Jena corner kick. Let's see what the delivery's like. Not a bad one. A little bit of head tennis, and Minga is able to clear for Wolfsburg. Bunzo goes all the way back to Jasmin Janning inside Carl Zeiss Jena's half. Tried to play in Ukol, and Levels comes across and heads that one into touch. And now we'll see our first substitution of the game. So unfortunately, Gwen Mumert is unable to recover from that injury. She's had to go off. And on comes number 20, Steffi Schmidt, 20-year-old centre-back. Not played since the 1-0 defeat against Leverkusen back in March. Joined from Leipzig in the summer. And she's straight into the mix. So Carl Zeiss, no doubt, will be buoyed by that effort on goal. So close to the opening goal in this game. And again, it's just a warning sign for Wolfsburg not to take this game lightly, not to be complacent at all. Here's Huth, delivers the ball into the front post, and that one takes a slight nick off the defender, and Jasmin Janning is able to collect that one for Carl Zeiss. 35 years old now, Svenja Huth. 5-time winner of this competition, looking to make it 6th this season. Minga playing the ball forward to Linder. And that should be a foul. But the ref allows play to go on. Slight tug of the shirt. Reuter on Linder. Good advantage from our referee. Dijkstra playing in Huth. She gets her head up, delivers the ball to the front post, but again, the runners a little bit slow off the mark. And Yasmin Yanning is able to collect that one in the Jena goal. "70 minutes played, 20 to go, still 0-0. That one's played forward by Ehlenberg. And that's gone all the way through to Steiner Johannes in the Wolfsburg goal. Dijkstra inside the centre circle. Plays it left to Camilla Kuva. Looking for runners ahead of her. Here's Levels. Carefully marshalled by Bunzel. Pedemos finding Weidemeyer. She's got Linder to her right-hand side. Excellent play from Linder. Making room for the cross. Good ball into the 18-yard box. And Lineth Berenstein gets that one all wrong. And that goes out for a goal kick to the home side. Lineth Berenstein trying the acrobatic effort, but unfortunately getting it all wrong, the Dutch international. Linder picking her out. She couldn't quite wrap her foot around that one, and eventually it came off the back of her right heel. Difficult technique when it comes at you at such pace, at hip height. Linder stealing that one. Delivers to the back post. Here's Enderman for Wolfsburg. Jena able to regroup. That's a good ball in, but Levels is unable to control the ball. And Jena are able to clear the ball. But that move's broken down. Wolfsburg straight in on top of Jena. But again, Jena very strong in the tackle. Tates, but that one is a poor pass forward. Enderman breaking up the Jena attack. Wolfsburg with an opportunity now to offer their own counter-attack. Linder down the right-hand side. Huth gives it back to Linder, going on the overlap. Linder comes in field on her left foot. It's a good purposeful run. But the So Wolfsburg just about to make a double substitution. We'll confirm that for you in just a moment. Slight change of shape maybe. Huth taking the ball down. Linder offering herself on the right hand side, clips it into the box. But there's too much on that one. The final ball into the box of Wolfsburg has let them down time and time again today. We need to be slightly more careful with the deliveries into the box. That should be a foul. Enderman showing a little bit too much aggression on Nelly Yukol. That might be a foul to Jena. Now we can confirm the substitutions for you. So Joël Weidemeyer goes off for Tierra Belda. That should be a straight swap. And Guro Bergsvand has come on, and she replaces Camilla Kuva. And that should also be a straight swap in the centre of defence. So formation as it was, just a change of personnel. Looking now for a little bit more energy with the clock ticking down to 15 minutes to go here in the ad hoc arena. Looking for just that one opening, that one moment that could change everything in this game and send either of these two sides through to the DFB-Pokal Frauen Cup final to be played in Cologne on May the 14th. Dijkstra trying to play in Bielda. Here's Alcieda, comes in field. That's a nice ball over the top for Bunzo to chase. But Levels asking for Steiner Johannes to come out. And she's slightly fortunate to have played that one off Bunzo, and that one will go out for a goal kick to the She-Wolves. You can quite clearly see the frustration on Jana Levels' face, asking for her goalkeeper. Look. Her and Soraya Linda both unhappy with their goalkeeper, Steiner Johannes. In the end, no harm done, and it went out for a goal kick to Wolfsburg. Levels going long. Johannes should be able to collect that one. She does. She plays in Minga. Levels again. Lovely touch, lovely feet. Linda. Looks like she's come down this left-hand side, so swapping places with Bielda. Here is Bielda, who's just come on. First touch of the ball. Plays in Dijkstra. Here's Huth with a little bit of room to move and to turn. And again, the final ball letting Wolfsburg down. Bergsvand. Bielda again, down the right-hand side. Comes in field for Minga. Levels. Asking Enderman to come short. Dijkstra, she's got some room in front of her. She miscontrolled that, and Reuter's straight on top of her. Melanie Reuter looking forward to get forward, but unfortunately that forward pass is a bad one. Alcieda and Wolfsburg are able to retain possession and start again. Huth looking for Bielda to make the overlap. Enderman coming across the park. Svenja Huth going back to Bielda. Dijkstra. She gets the ball in to the far post. Soraya Linda trying to get on the end of that one, but that one goes harmlessly out of play for a goal kick to the home side. So Florian Kastner in close conversation with his assistants. Wolfsburg fans, as I said earlier, have made the 175-kilometre trip south to be at this one today. A slight pause and play here. For Alina Bullman, who needs attention. Stefan Lersch. Deep conversation with Vivian Enderman and Soraya Linda. Bullman looks okay to carry on. Coming up to 10 minutes left to play in this one. And you can quite clearly see the instructions being passed on to Soraya Linda. Here's Yasmin Yanning with the goal kick for Jena. Minga looking to get forward. Here's Berenstein. Huth collects from Berenstein, plays the ball into Bielda, and that's an excellent block from the skipper, Toma Illenberg, who was in the right place at the right time, as she always is. Excellent play though from Tia Bielda to get forward. She had one thing on her mind. Good touch. And Illenberg deflects that one away for a corner kick to Wolfsburg. Huth over it. Delivers. Berenstein should pick that one up. She's been marshalled again from Bunzo. Pedimores. That one's gone out though for a throw-in to Jena. Florian Kastner acknowledging the block from the skipper. Dijkstra underneath that one. Soraya Linda now comes in field, gets the ball back from Dijkstra. There's room over on the other side for Bielda. Here she is. Bergsvand. Nice turn from Pedimores, trying to show strength, but she's been closed down very quickly by not one but two Jena players. And Rekatic opts to go back to Jasmine Janning when maybe the forward ball was the better option. And Wolfsburg are able to retain possession. Bunzo can't make anything of that. Wolfsburg now, deep inside, within their own half. 10 minutes to go, still 0-0. Extra time now looming. Levels. Linder gives it back to Levels. Wolfsburg switching play to the right-hand side. Dijkstra getting forward. That's a nice touch forward for Svenja Huth. Lovely piece of skill from Huth. Plays in Bielda again. And as she has been all this game, Jasmine Janning in the Jena goal is alert to the danger and is able to collect. She's an excellent game, the 20-year-old in the Jena goal. Bergsvand goes back to Johannes. Janina Minga getting forward. Dijkstra with room, looking for the run of Enderman. Huth. Levels playing in Pedimores, which is very well tackled by Tietz. She gets her head up. That's a good ball to Alcieda, but her header goes out for a throw-in to Wolfsburg. And here's another substitution. So Bunzo goes off. So Geiser comes on. Veska going off. So an opportunity for Fiona Geiser, with only a few minutes left to play, to make her mark on this game. Bunzo delivers it into the box. Not a bad turn. That one's broken loose, but Steiner Johannes is underneath that one. She dives on top of that ball. Half an opening there for Olivia Alcieda. Tia Bielda opts to leave it for Johannes, and Johannes is able to gather. Alcieda so close to just nipping in front of Johannes. She's worked tirelessly today, the 28-year-old striker. Pedimores playing the ball back to Linder. Dijkstra looking to get forward. Good ball to Bielda. Tried to play in Huth, but that one's been taken care of by Reuter. Geiser goes forward for Jena, plays that one into space, but no runners for Zeiss Jena. And Levels will pick that one up and start an attack of Wolfsburg. Bergsvand. Dijkstra, who's seen plenty of the ball down this right-hand side. She's forced to check and come back to Bergsvand. Lindea. Don't think that was meant for Levels, but Levels is able to take control of it. Bergsvand playing Dijkstra in again. Just look how compact Zeiss Jena are out of possession. Working really well as a unit. There's a perfect example of it. Excellent play. But Wolfsburg with an opportunity to attack. Lindea on the edge of the box, plays in Pedimors, looking to get it back, but Reuter comes across and she's able to clear into touch for Jena. Throw into Wolfsburg. Halfway through Jena's half, good position. Levels over the throw. Opts to go back to Bergsvand. 5 minutes left on the clock, still 0-0. You would think a goal for either team at this juncture, that would be that. Bonzu for Jena. Yukol plays it down the line. And the guys are unable to control the ball for Jena, and that goes out for a throw into Wolfsburg, just inside their own half. Dijkstra. Bielda does really well, tries to play Berenstein in, but again, Zeiss Jena are able to take control of that defensively as the ball's played into the 18-yard box. Are we looking at 2 extra time periods in succession for Wolfsburg? Energy sapping extra time. Will they have enough energy? Will they have enough legs to get through extra time if we get there, of course? Pedimors. Dijkstra plays the ball into Berenstein. She controls it for Minga. Gets a second chance at it. Bergsvand now edging ever further forward. Levels looking for the early cross. Bonzu comes across, puts that one into touch. Throw into Wolfsburg. Lindea over it, plays in Pedimors. That's a very tired pass from Ella Pedimors, and that one goes out for a throw into Jena. Dijkstra needs to be careful with this. She is. Plays the ball back to Johannes. Johannes now has time in the Wolfsburg goal. And Dijkstra's gone down what looks like a hamstring injury. Berenstein on the chase, but that'll go all the way through to Janning in the Zeiss Jena goal. And she'll put that one there. You can see Dijkstra looking extremely uncomfortable, holding her hamstring. It doesn't look too good for the 27-year-old. Let's take a closer look. You can see she's already hobbling there. And I doubt very much she'll be able to continue. The double cup winner in Holland with Twente and Ajax. The clock counting down, just a couple of minutes to go. We'll have some injury time though. The home team getting plenty of encouragement from the home fans. She doesn't look comfortable at all, Weidemeier. Some last-minute instructions for the Wolfsburg players as the clock ticks down to the final minute of the game. So Wolfsburg forced to make the change there. Joelle Weidemeier is forced to go off. Sophia Kleinherrn comes on, the 25-year-old. First season with the club, and Jano Levels goes off. And she's been replaced by Annie Karim Lindland, who made her first start last week against Union Berlin. Berenstein collecting that for Wolfsburg, playing very deep, coming back to help defensively. There's a throw in to Wolfsburg. Kleinherrn over it, goes long. Into injury time. And if I heard correctly, 6 minutes of injury time. Yep, confirmed. 6 minutes to go. Ehlenberg going long, flick on by Al Sieda. That one's fallen to the feet of Tia Bielda. Bergsvand for Wolfsburg. Moving forward. But Jena once again structured in the defensive unit, making it extremely difficult for Wolfsburg to play through them. It's been the story of their game. Defensively very compact. Kleinherrn plays in Berenstein. It's a bad touch from Berenstein, and Bunzo is able to break that one up. Bunzo now looking to get forward. Faced by Kleinherrn. Bunzo does really well. But between Berenstein and Kleinherrn, they're able to break that up. And Wolfsburg back in possession of the football. Bielda. Forward to Huth. Huth comes in field. Bergsvand. Kleinherrn. Look at the bodies back for Jena. Berenstein unable to take control of the football. And Tietz is able to take care of that, and that one will go out for a goal kick to the home side. 4 minutes left to go in this one. Extra time is getting closer and closer. Will Wolfsburg have the legs to play another 30 minutes after having played 30 minutes only last Thursday against Lyon in the Champions League? Could that be the difference? Minga over the header. Good ball from Lindland. Berenstein down the left-hand side, comes in field onto her right foot. Linder. Will she have a go? She will have a go, but that one's gone over the bar and into touch, and that'll be a Jena goal kick. Good intent though from Soraya Linder, who's had an excellent game for Wolfsburg. Started over on the right-hand side, now finds herself on the left-hand side, comes in field, but it was a tired effort in the end, well over the bar. Jena goal kick. Minga leaping high. Minga once again trying to play Berenstein in. Yasmin Janning was aware of the danger and is able to collect. Just asking for a little bit of calm. She goes long. Minga once again breaking everything up for Wolfsburg. Huth trying to get the ball forward. She gets a second chance at it. The flick on from Enderman almost came off. Huth does though pick up the loose ball. But closed down very quickly by Reuter. That's a good ball forward for Bielda. She plays the ball into the 18-yard box. And that one's been cleared by Jena. Ella Pedamores couldn't get the ball under control. Steiner Johannes, Wolfsburg just turning it up a little bit with 2 minutes to go in injury time. Will we see a late dramatic finish here in the ad hoc arena? Bielda crossing the ball into the box. There's the touch, Berenstein looking for it. Bonzo clears it for Jena. Bergsvand picking up the loose ball. Wolfsburg in a rush. Linder plays in Kleinherrn. Faced by Jukols. Jukols bring her down. She did. In a very dangerous area for Wolfsburg to deliver a set piece into the box. Jukol with the push on the second half substitute. With just a minute to go on the clock, what an opportunity for Wolfsburg to deliver from the set piece. Svenja Huth over it. Can Jena hold on? Will Wolfsburg snatch a dramatic late victory to take them to May's final in Cologne? Will this be the last real opportunity of this game? Let's see what Huth can do here. Dinks it in. There's a header, and that's a brilliant save from Janning at the back stick. What an important touch to push it over the top of the bar. Huth just dinks the ball in, and it's Bergsvand with a header at the back stick. A free header, and that's a brilliant save from Janning to tip it over the bar, but they still have to defend. Huth with the corner, delivers. Up went Minga, but that one's headed wide, and that should be that. And it is, and our referee brings the 90 minutes to a close. So the full-time score here, Zeiss Jena 0, Wolfsburg 0. And we're now facing extra time. What an important save from Yasmin Janning right at the end of injury time, tipping that ball over the bar from Guru Bergsvand, who was offered a free header at the back stick from Huth's free kick. And now Wolfsburg facing another 30 minutes of extra time. So what a fascinating encounter we've had here at the ad hoc arena. Zeiss Jena looking for their first ever appearance in the DFB-Pokal Cup. In their current form, don't forget that the club's greatest success in the competition came under the name FFUSV Jena when they reached the final in 2010. When they lost to FCR 2001 Duisburg. Then the women's football department was later integrated into FC Carl Zeiss Jena, meaning that FFUSV Jena's achievements are now counted as part of the club's history. So don't forget that if these two teams can't be separated after 30 minutes of extra time, we will go to penalty kicks. And don't forget tomorrow's second semi-final between Bayern Munich and Essen is still to come at the Bayern campus. 3:30 kick-off there. have to break down Wolfsburg's strong defensive back line. No opportunities created really. To protect an injury she received a few weeks ago. Kleinherrn playing in Berenstein, who's now playing down the left-hand side. Berenstein with the throw-in. Here's Lindner. Berenstein showing nice feet. Bergsvand for Wolfsburg. Comes in field to Bielda. That one's loose though, and Reuter's able to take care of that one. But that's good play from Vivian Enderman. Lindner, that's a good ball forward for Berenstein. Straza though came right across and diverted the danger away. Here's Pedemors for Wolfsburg. Berenstein inside the 18-yard box. She's unable to control that, and that one goes all the way through to Yasmin Janning in the Jena goal. Playing the ball forward. That's a nice touch from Casieda. Unfortunately, just a little bit too much for the Swedish striker. And Steiner Johannes clears into touch for a Jena throw-in. Halfway through Wolfsburg's half. Schmidt with the throw. Huth breaks that one up. Tries to play Enderman in. Jena go all the way back to Yasmin. Janning in Jena's goal. Jena able to clear, but not far. Here's Minga. Good ball forward to Enderman. Plays the ball into Berenstein. And that one is taken care of once again by Nilla Yukol, who always appears to be in the right place at the right time defensively, and able to put that one out for a corner kick to Wolfsburg. Huth with the corner kick. Can Wolfsburg make something count at the beginning of extra time? But Jena, once again, are able to take care of it and clear it long. No runners though for Jena, and Bielda will take her time with that one. Play it back to Steiner Johannes. Gets it back from Johannes. Kleinherrn swapping passes with Bielda, who opens up the play for Janina Minga. Bergsvand. It's Minga again. Kleinherrn. Berenstein down the left-hand side. Plays in Lindner, showing good strength, good turn. Berenstein with a chance to shoot. And again, Jena standing strong, not allowing any room or any time for Berenstein to get the shot off. That one's blocked and cleared. Wolfsburg though, it's relentless pressure at the moment on the Jena goal. Can Jena hold firm? Minga getting it back to Huth. Pedemors, a little bit of room. Plays in Kleinherrn. Lindner makes herself available down the left-hand side. That's a good ball to the back stick. Just a little bit too much on it. And Reuter's able to clear into touch for a Wolfsburg throw. Huth going back to Bielda, who comes in field to Bergsvand. She's got Kleinherrn to her left-hand side. Here she is. Will be able to cross first time. She will. It's deflected up into the air. Enderman on the edge of the 18-yard box. That's a lovely touch from Pedamores! And unfortunately, as good as the turn was, the shot didn't match it and goes way over the bar from Ella Pedamores. But again, just a slight warning for Zeiss Jena, as Wolfsburg are just slightly starting to open them up now. But Pedamores will be extremely disappointed with that left-footed finish. 10 minutes to go at the end of the first period of extra time. Bonzo playing it forward. Alcieda chasing, but Bergsvand is underneath that one. Pedamores now for Wolfsburg, playing in Tia Bielda down the right back position. Plays the ball forward to Huth, looking for the run of Enderman. But Schmidt is able to take care of that one, and that one goes out for another corner kick to Wolfsburg. There's sustained pressure at the moment from Wolfsburg. Huth to deliver. Onto the penalty spot. But that one's come all the way through to Lindare. She nips it into the box, and again, Zeiss Jena over it. Bielda, good ball out to Huth. Delivers early to the back stick. Janning with a slight punch, didn't quite get that one right. But Jena are able to clear into touch. So another substitution for Zeiss. Reka Tietz coming off. And so you're hearing coming on, the 20-year-old midfielder from New Zealand. Under 20 New Zealand international, replacing Reka Tietz, who's put in a very energetic performance today. So let's see if Suya Herring can make any difference for Zeiss up front. Kleinherrn with the throw-in for Wolfsburg, goes back to Bergsvand. Kleinherrn. Bernstein. Bielda. Yuko once again for Zeiss Jena, clearing deep into Wolfsburg's half, but no runners for Zeiss, so Bergsvand's able to pick this one up and start another attack for the She-Wolves. Bielda's got Enderman outside. Here she is, looking to take on Reuter. Gets the ball to the front post. But Ehrenberger's underneath that one. And with her and Reuter, they're able to take clear of that. A little bit of a tussle here between Reuter and Vivian Enderman. Reuter's having absolutely none of that. Huth. Closely marked by Schmidt. Nice ball from Bielda. Gets the ball across the 18-yard box. That's a loose one. Here's Enderman inside the 18-yard box. Goes back to Huth. She dinks it into the edge of the box, and Pedamore is unable to control. That's nipped forward. And again, the ball breaks nicely for Yasmin Yanning inside the Zeiss Jena goal. And another attack is thwarted by Zeiss. Ball coming off Jukol in the end and falling nicely into the hands of Yanning. Berenstein for Wolfsburg, playing the ball back to Kleinherrn. Kleinherrn losing her footing. And that's a really bad ball from Haring. And the referee pulls that one back for a free kick to Wolfsburg. Minga looking to get things moving for Wolfsburg. Kleinherrn picking up the loose ball. Linder for Wolfsburg, looking to deliver. She comes out to Bielda. That's a good ball to Huth. Faced by Reuter. Good ball to the front post. Cleared again from Ehlenberg. Linder just dinking it to the front of the 18-yard box. Ehlenberg over it again. And Reuter this time with a long clearance. Bergsvand, she's got time and room to take that one under control. Play the ball back to Steiner Johannes, who's had to do nothing in this opening extra time period. A mere spectator. Berenstein with a heavy touch. She's able to get it under control at the second attempt. She's been, I thought she was crowded out for a moment. And it's a free kick to Wolfsburg. Just inside Jena's half. Kleinherrn over it. Huth comes across to take care of it. Huth with the free kick. Delivers. That break for a Wolfsburg player, it won't. And Jena are able to clear. Reuter trying to play in Haring, but it was blocked by Enderman, and Enderman goes all the way back to Steiner Johannes in the Wolfsburg goal. But the referee has stopped play for a touch of cramp for Nelly Jukols. And she's going to need a little bit of treatment here. Coming towards the end of the first period of extra time here in the ad hoc arena. Stefan Lerch looking rather ponderous at the moment. Wondering when and if a breakthrough will come to send his side to the final. So we'll start with a drop ball deep in Wolfsburg's half. Into the final minute of the first period of extra time. There will be some injury time though at the end of this period. Kleinherrn for Wolfsburg, playing in Berenstein. Delivers to the penalty spot. Ehlenberg over it, as she has been all game. Bielda. Getting it back from Huth. Guru Bergsvand looking to get forward. Plays in Kleinherrn. Berenstein again, hogging the left touchline. Forced to go back to Bergsvand. Bielda's got a little bit of room here if she wants to get forward, but she decides to check and comes back to Bergsvand. Kleinherrn. Berenstein playing a 1-2 with Soraya Linder, getting it back. Linder looking for an early cross, and she's brought down from Bunzo. And that'll be an interesting free kick for Wolfsburg, in a good position here. Josephine Bunzo receiving a yellow card for that challenge on Soraya Linder. I do believe that's our first booking of the game. So what can Wolfsburg do with this free kick in an interesting area? Bedemos will get forward, no doubt. Bergsfand will get forward. Huth over it, dinks it to the far post. That one's gone all the way through, and that looked like it got a touch off Schmidt. But the referee decides it did not, and that'll be a goal kick to Jena. 2 minutes of injury time at the end of the first period of extra time. We're now well into that. Janning going long. Reuter getting the ball forward. Bergsfand is able to clear for Wolfsburg. There's Herring, but she's closed down by Bielda, who's got a little bit of room to manoeuvre here, but that's a poor ball forward, and Schmidt will take care of that one. That one goes into touch for a Wolfsburg throw, just inside their own half. Is coming up towards the end of the first period of extra time. Tia Bielda with the throw-in. And there is the end of the first half of extra time. And there'll be a quick turnaround here before we start the second period. Opportunity for the ladies to take on some water, some last-minute instructions from the respective coaches, and then we'll get going again for the start of the second period of extra time. If this one does go all the way to penalties, let's just confirm the substitution as well. So if this one does go all the way to penalties, Smoller Valletto, just to confirm, is on for Wolfsburg. And Vivian Enderman has gone off, so Valletto with an opportunity to make a name for herself, the 22-year-old. Won the cup with Hammarby in Sweden last year. So if we do go to penalties, Jasmine Janning hasn't saved a single penalty kick from 4 this season. And Steiner Johannes, when faced by 2 penalty kicks, has been beaten both times. Vivian Enderman taking her place on the bench. She played the full game against Lyon in midweek. Zeiss Jena will be looking, if they can, to get the ball further forward. I'll confirm that Lara Schenk, the 26-year-old, has joined the play for Carl Zeiss. So substitutions all round at the start of the second period of extra time. And Nelly Yukols, who went down with cramp just a few minutes ago, she's gone off. So a big 15 minutes for both sides here in the Ad Hoc Arena. The last thing these sides want is penalty kicks with the drama and the nerves that comes with penalty kicks. Soraya Linder has been superbly defended there. Absolutely brilliant from Carl Zeiss Jena. Look at the determination to win the ball, not once, but twice. And that one goes out for a goal kick to Jena. Excellent play. Excellent defending right at the start of the second period of extra time. Just to confirm that Nela Jukala has gone off and Lara Schenk is on. Johannes clearing long. Huth picking up the ball just in front of the dugouts. She gathers the foul from Schmidt. Bergsvan now for Wolfsburg, looking to get forward. Bringing Kleinherrn into play. Berenstein. Bergsvan again inside the centre circle for Wolfsburg. Kleinherrn is asked to check back, comes back to Bergsvan. Bielda takes that one forward for Linder on the edge of the 18-yard box, but that header goes harmlessly out for a goal kick to Jena. It's good play from Kleinherrn. Valletto with her first touch since coming on. Bergsvan asking for players to make themselves available. Bielda. Valletto with the touch in field, but it's a poor one. But Minga's very quickly on top of that one, and she's able to take care of it for Wolfsburg. Bielda showing a lovely touch with the right foot. Huth down this right-hand side. Valletto cuts back inside, comes back to Bielda, who's got time to cross if she wanted to. Bergsvan. Valletto again. And that one goes out for a throw into Wolfsburg, but we'll need some treatment here for the Carl Zeiss player who went down injured. Alexandra Pop looking on. Bielda with the throw-in. Here's Huth. It's a good ball to the front stick, but again, Yasmin Janning, as she has been all afternoon, aware of the danger and is able to gather that one. No runners to the front post for Svenja Huth. And Janning goes long. Guys are over that one for Jena, but that one's been broken up by Pedemors. Berenstein will get this one. She's got Linda in front of her. Here she is. Linda been marshalled by Bonzo. Linda does well. Comes in field. Tries to play the ball forward for Huth. Huth showing all her experience. What about that for an effort on goal? And again, Yasmin Janning with an absolutely superb save from Ella Pedemors, who hit that one out of absolutely nothing. Huth showing all her experience. Pedemors with a shot. I think it might have been going just wide, but Yasmin Janning could take no chances with that one and tips the ball past the post. What an excellent effort from Pedemors. It's the save of the game so far. Yasmin Janning keeping the score down to 0. Corner kick for Wolfsburg. 110 minutes gone. Huth goes to the front post. That one's cleared by Jena. Here's Bielda. Huth with another opportunity to cross. This time she goes to the back post. That one goes all the way out for a Wolfsburg throw, deep inside Jena's half. And Pedimore's guilty of the foul on Hearing, and that'll be a free kick to the home side. Janning over the free kick for Jena. Looking to go long. She hits it towards Gehring. She's unable to get anything on it. And that one will be a free kick to Wolfsburg on Lindland. Who took a slight knock to the back of the leg for her troubles as well. Bielda for Wolfsburg. Looking for Linder. That one's taken care of by Bunzo. Pedimores delivers a good ball into the 18-yard box, but again, Carl Zeiss standing firm. Huth now for Wolfsburg. Closed down by Reuter, showing excellent feet. Former Germany international. Bergsfand, just a slightly heavy touch, and that one's gone out for a Jena throw-in. Ehlenberg, as she has done all game, able to clear the danger time and time again. It's been a fantastic performance from the Carl Zeiss Jena captain. And Lindland is adjudged to be offside, and that'll be a free kick to the home side. Penalties edging ever closer. Lindland clearly offside. 7 minutes to go. Janning with the free kick for Jena. Goes long. Minga is over that one for Wolfsburg. Helped on by Kleinhern. Minga again goes long, looking for the run of Beerenstein. Linder. She's given that one away though to Alcieda. He plays that straight into the hand of Guru Bergsfand, and that's a free kick for Carl Zeiss Jena in an interesting area of the pitch here, with an opportunity to put one into the box. And let's see if the home side can make anything of this set piece. They've not had a shot or an effort registered on goal since the beginning of the first half. So it's Mullman over it. Got bodies forward. Not a bad ball into the box, and that's a header that just goes over the top of the bar. It's a good ball into the box. Felicia Straza was left all alone. Minga not being able to pick up the run of Straza, and that one went just over the bar. Encouragement for the home side. Here's Bonzo. Kleinhern very quick into the tackle. Breaks that one up. Beerenstein flicking it on for Lindland. Ehlenberg putting that one into touch for a throw into Wolfsburg. 5 minutes to go. Lindland giving it back to Beerenstein. Linder staying onside, delivers. Ehlenberg again, taking care of it, getting rid of the danger. Kleinherrn for Wolfsburg. Plays in Minga. She comes out to Huth. That's a good ball into the box from Huth to the bar stick. There's Berenstein. The ball didn't quite drop. Danger's not over yet. Kleinherrn playing in Voletto. And that's a good tackle from Reuter. Here's Huth. Comes in field. Onto her left foot. Plays in Kleinherrn. She's going to have a go, but that one's harmless. And there's one for the cameras from Yasmin Yanning. Comfortable save for the Zeiss Jena goalkeeper. Could she end up being a hero today? She's kept her side in the game time and time again. Will we have a twist as the clock runs down at the end of extra time? Huth draws the foul. In a good position for Wolfsburg. Huth will get over this one, no doubt. A delicate chip into the box. Huth over the free kick. Dinks it in. And Bergsvein was unable to collect that one. And that one runs harmlessly through to Yasmin Yanning in the Zeiss Jena goal. Jena going to be making a change in just a moment. We'll confirm that for you. They should be able to do that right now. Olivia Alcieda going off. And Mertza Julovic coming on, the experienced 35-year-old. Into her fourth season now with Jena, making her 40th appearance today. Missed out against Leipzig last week, but she gets her opportunity today. Could she make the difference with just less than 3 minutes to go at the end of extra time? Late drama in the ad hoc arena. Can Wolfsburg make it to another final? Or will Zeiss Jena make it to their first ever final? 2 minutes to go. Bielda for Wolfsburg, looking to launch another attack. Huth comes in field to Minga. Linder. She's closed down very quickly. That one breaks though for Kleinherrn. And Bergsvand has got room to move forward, as does Bielda. That's good play from Julovic. Puts that one out for a throw-in. To Wolfsburg. Stefan Lerch, he's in a rush. He knows there's only a minute left on the clock. Lindland for Wolfsburg, showing good strength, the 18-year-old. That's broken nicely. And here's an opportunity right at the end. Asking for handball. We'll take another close look at that in just a moment, but that one's gone out for a corner kick to Wolfsburg, right at the end of extra time. Svenja Huth asking for her players to get forward. My goodness, will this be the final twist in this game? Huth delivers. And that one's been cleared by Jena with a delicate flick on, and Reuter playing the ball forward to Vukovic, and that one's gone out for a throw-in to Wolfsburg. Will they have time to put the ball into the mix one last time? Here's Kleinherrn, delivers, long. Here's Berenstein underneath it, looking to get the ball under control. Voletto nods it back. Here's Huth. She's closed down. We've come towards the end of extra time. 1 minute added on. And that one's gone out into touch from Kleinherrn, and that'll be a Jena goal kick. And that'll give Jena, no doubt, a little bit of time just to settle things down right at the end of this game. Penalty kicks, it's looking more than likely, is on the way. Fiona Geiser looking for anything here. Janning going long. Geiser flicking it on. Hearing also trying to get the ball forward, but the ball finds itself back at the feet of Steinar Johannes, who clears into touch. And that'll be a throw-in to Jena. And that is that. We're now facing penalty kicks in the first DFB Pokal Cup semi-final. And now it's just a matter of who can hold their nerve. 0-0 after 120 minutes of play. Steinar Johannes with hardly anything to do throughout the 120 minutes. Now she's facing penalty kicks. She hasn't saved a penalty this season. Neither has Jasmin Janning in the Zeiss Jena goal. What an excellent effort from Zeiss Jena today, considering their position in the Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga and the gulf between the two teams. It's been a spirited performance, a brave performance from Florian Kastner's side, and they're well deserving of taking Wolfsburg all the way to penalty kicks. What an opportunity for Jasmin Janning to make a hero of herself. So who's going to step forward? Have penalties been practiced in training? Wolfsburg with not much time to train after their Champions League exit. Got home late, very late on Thursday night. So they only had yesterday and Friday to train. So Steinar Johannes receiving instructions from our goalkeeping coach. No doubt they've done their due diligence and their homework on Zeiss Jena's players. Melanie Reuter looking a little bit nervous, big puff of the cheeks. We're looking at history being made for Florian Kastner's side here today. So we'll have the toss up to decide what side we will see the penalties being taken from. So they're going to be shooting towards the opposite side where the Wolfsburg fans currently are. Let's do it again. And we will be shooting towards the left-hand side. Fantastic encouragement from the home fans ahead of these penalty kicks. Are they facing a trip to Cologne in May? Time will tell. So let's see who goes first. Bonzo, who goes first for the home side. Bonzo for Jena. Steps up and scores. 1-0 to Jena. Excellent penalty, giving Steinar Johannes no chance. Keeping her composure, and that's an excellent penalty from Josephine Bonzo. Exactly what the home side needed. Up next, Janina Minga for Wolfsburg. Experienced player, two-time winner with Freiburg. Here she comes and scores. 1-1. Excellent penalty from Janina Minga, giving Yasmin Janning no chance. Janning going the wrong way. Next up, the skipper, Toma Ehlenberg. Can she hold her nerve? Just asking her to replace the ball. So the skipper with the responsibility for the second penalty. Ehlenberg scores! Oh my goodness, off the underside of the bar. That was a heart in the mouth moment for the skipper. But it finds its way into the back of the net, and Jena now 2-1 up. Lineth Berenstein next up for Wolfsburg. The 29-year-old Dutch striker, multiple cup winner across Europe, twice with Edo Den Haag, once with Juventus. 9 goals to her name so far this season. Berenstein with Wolfsburg's second penalty. Taking her time. Up she steps. And Janning is saved for the home side. Yasmin Janning saving from the experienced Lineth Berenstein. Diving to her left. Jena now in control of the penalty shootout. Melanie Reuter next for Zeiss Jena. The 20-year-old, former Germany under-20 international. Can she put the home side into a commanding lead? Third penalty. Scores! Excellent penalty for Melanie Reuter. Giving Steinar Johannes absolutely no chance in the Wolfsburg goal. What a penalty. Next up, it's Ella Pedamors for Wolfsburg. This is vital. Ella Pedamors, experienced player, 23 years old, Dutch international, won it with 20 Enschede. Ella Pedamors scores! Zeiss Jena, 3 out of 3 penalties, in the driving seat. This penalty could be vital. Steinar Johannes playing a little bit of mind games. Elena Muhlmann, the 22-year-old. Can she put Zeiss Jena in the driving seat? She can! Excellent penalty, 4 out of 4. Now then, Wolfsburg need to score. Soraya Linder with all the responsibility. Yasmin Janning. Could this be her moment? Could this be Carl Zeiss Jena's moment? Linder scores! Four penalties each. Carl Zeiss Jena winning by 4-3. The responsibility lies on the shoulders of Felicia Straza. Can she make history? Can she? She can't! What a save from Steinar Johannes. That was to take Carl Zeiss Jena through to the final, and she's missed it. Steinar Johannes with the all-important save. That keeps Wolfsburg in it. Oh my goodness, what drama. So we're back to square one. Svenja Huth. As the rain starts to come down in Jena. Svenja Huth. Svenja Huth to keep Wolfsburg in it. And she scores! And we go on into sudden death. (4-4). Next up, Fiona Geiser for Jena. Can she keep her cool? Can she keep her nerve? Sudden death. It's all to play for now. Cologne is waiting. Bayern Munich or Essen are waiting. That semi-final to come tomorrow. Fiona Geiser. Can she put Jena in the driving seat? The second half substitute. Up she steps. And it's saved again from Steinar Johannes. Diving to her right-hand side. And that means if Wolfsburg score the next penalty, Wolfsburg go through to the final. Excellent save from Steinar Johannes. Just when it looked like Jena were in control. Now Smilla Voletto, the second half substitute for Wolfsburg. Number 14, 22 years old. Can she send Wolfsburg through to the final? Can Yasmin Janning keep her team in it? She can't! And Voletto has scored, and Wolfsburg go through to the DFB Pokal Cup after beating Carl Zeiss Jena 5-4 on penalties. Brilliant penalty, no doubt. And Wolfsburg go through to another final. It's their 11th in 12 seasons. And they will now face either Bayern Munich or Essen. What an astonishing end to the game. A fantastic effort from Zeiss Jena, who put everything into that game, but unfortunately were unable to come through the penalty kicks. Steiner Johannes with 2 huge saves during the penalty shootout to keep Wolfsburg in it, then to save, which allowed Valletto to step up and put Wolfsburg through into the final. Huge disappointment for Zeiss Jena, but they can hold their heads high after taking Wolfsburg all the way through to 0-0 after extra time. And you can see the disappointment on Yasmin Yanning's face. It's Wolfsburg who'll go through to the final, beating Zeiss Jena on penalties.